The existing garden scheme that we had was very much a basic service. We ran it with a commercial company, and the residents weren't particularly happy with the service. What we wanted to do was set up a project which would help us increase our customer satisfaction with the gardening service, offer our customers a better, more enhanced service, but we also wanted to build in an aspect of social responsibility. So we wanted it to be a project which was run by local people. We were looking for people who'd been out of work for several years, some of them had been, and we also wanted to offer them training.
3 years ago there was not a lot of jobs around, so I started volunteering. So I was volunteering on the vans and various other things, and it's 5 months ago this job opportunity came up, gardening. That's how I started.
Most of our housing stock is in areas of social and economic deprivation, and Christian Concern are the experts really in working in those communities where money has always been tight, but when money's tight, that means, in my view, innovation is high.
It's a tremendous balance to get with a social enterprise, because at the heart of it is that you have to find sustainability, and sustainability has to be something that you achieve without grants, without handouts. So if that's the model, then the real challenge is how do you charge people the appropriate amount of money that you're not ripping them off or making any extra, but there's enough going into the pot in order to continue the service.
We do our best we can for them, and help them in every way we possibly can. But one old lady the other week, she sort of called, "Brian, can you help me?" A shelf had slipped in the fridge, so I just went in and helped her. That's just part of helping people, you know.
These customers that they're going to are vulnerable people. A lot of them are socially isolated, and actually having the team going in more regularly was a real key benefit for them.
Not only do they do the job, they educate me personally into what I'm looking for. You know, they tell me about the different plants, they tell me about the different trees, you know, what to keep, what could possibly go. And it's like it's not just a gardening service, it's an education as well, it really is.
My challenge is, are you cost driven or are you value driven? And I think I know which side I'm on. Yeah, you've got to make sure you've got a good handle on your costs, but you can deliver real value on this side. And that's not just about value to your tenants, it's about the values of the organisation. Housing organisations, social landlords are ideally placed to help and support those kinds of innovations. And it makes really good business sense.
Now it's working so well, it's been really nice to see Crewe Christian Concern actually taking that over and actually running a really successful service.
We also are starting to do some work for Wulvern Direct. So for instance, when they have a property which has been vacated and then is going to be re-let, the garden will need sorting out just as the repairs in the house are. And that's actually a commercial arrangement. So we're doing that piece of work in order to make a profit. So combining those two and keeping the resources tight, it's making the project financially sustainable.
It's really the people we want to help and improve it in their life, and like with Malcolm, understand how the gardening project works, be able to fill in forms and not feel people won't understand what he's written because he's not sure of his spelling. It's just part of a long process really of developing people as a whole.
There's a lady at Wimbury, Mrs Ashton. She can't stop thanking us. Such a nice lady she is, and it makes you feel great when you leave. Yeah, Mrs Ashton. Especially the older ones, they'd look around and think, the garden's looking tidy again, so you get a good feeling out of that.
It's such a bonus to have this scheme going, and what these guys do, you know, it helps me no end. And not having to worry that the fact that the garden is overgrown, can't manage it, you know, and it's fabulous like that.